I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
What is up, everyone? I'm Tyler Shelton. This is Coffee with a Beauty Reviewer. I'm your friendly neighborhood coffee snob. And today, folks, is episode 2 of the Caped Crusader series, as I'm talking about one of the most well-known superhero films ever made, and you all know which one I'm talking about, The Dark Knight, starring Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. So, let's just get started with today's video. This is a film that is something so different, so captivating, and more of a Joker film as it is a Batman movie. Because, for instance, is that this was a movie that we all were just kind of like in that same field as when we all felt like, how would we feel about Michael Keaton becoming Batman? But then he proved everyone wrong, because we all loved him as Batman, and that we were kind of undergoing the same process during that time period back in 2008. We were all like, how is Heath Ledger going to pull off being the Joker? Because he was in that complete Michael Keaton situation himself. And so, for instance, is that he was the Michael Keaton of The Dark Knight. And without a doubt, he is considered to be one of the greatest villains ever created in cinema history, alongside with the likes of like Thanos, Killmonger, and a few others like Willem Dafoe for being the Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. So like, Heath Ledger put a stamp when it came down to like some of the best villains ever put into cinema. 14 years ago, this movie came out in 2008, the same year as Iron Man. So 2008 was a huge year when it came down to comic book films, because you had the likes of The Dark Knight and Iron Man. So like, for instance, is that like Christian Bale, he already made a staple of himself being a really great Batman, being really good as Bruce Wayne. But then you had Heath Ledger as the best Joker we've ever seen. And he was succeeded by Joaquin Phoenix. And you know what? That's the very thing that I think we're all gonna like live the rest of our lives with, because anytime when we get a Joker, we're always gonna compare the new Joker to Heath Ledger's Joker, because he did such an incredible job in this movie. This is a movie that is tackling more of just kind of like that whole concept of Frank Miller's story, The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke is by far one of the greatest writing I've ever seen in a comic book, more as a graphic novel, because The Killing Joke, it was just this concept that the Joker is just trying to like make sure that he can actually prove his point to Batman, that even someone so sane, someone so good like Jim Gordon, that he could snap after one bad day. And that is the very concept that they did with this movie. They practically did The Long Halloween blended with The Killing Joke into this film, and they just did it so well. They were just going like, the best of all of them was Harvey Dent, because he was like the white knight that Gotham needed. And so I just really like it that they just kind of like took the concept of a white knight, someone so good could fall short just after one really bad day, and it was all because of the Joker, and kind of in a way Batman as well. But I do have to mention something about Two-Face, because when it comes down to like makeup, prosthetics, just like everything that someone has to do to kind of like make someone look like that they are so messed up. But oh my gosh, like even to this day, just re-watching it just this past week, I'm going like, oh my gosh, during that time period, it still holds up to this day. Because I really think that the prosthetics, the makeup, is absolutely sublime. Incredible cinematography, great acting by everyone, Gary Oldman, Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, everyone involved. And more importantly, this is a defining movie in the superhero genre in history. Like, they really set the stone of what a Batman movie could be. Like, this is like Batman at its finest. When it comes down to the difference between the Joker and Batman, because there's a reason why that we all love this dynamic duo, because the more you think about it, they're absolutely just the polar opposites of each other. And so, like, there's just a lot of reasons why that I feel like that someone is so evil, someone so bad, will just do everything they can just to prove a point to another character that is actually very good, very incorruptible. But that is the very essence of what makes Batman so good, because your hero is only as good as the villain. And this is why the Batman and the Joker are a match made in heaven. They represent what each one hates about the other. They're the two sides of the same coin. They're products of society that created them. Their ideologies are forever locked in disastrous stance. The Joker does everything in his power to force Batman to kill him. That is the very reason why that the Joker lives. He lives so he can force Batman to kill him. That's like his end game. That's always been his end game, and they just really showed it into this movie. But all the reason to make Batman become more like him. That way he can prove to everyone that someone's so bad. That way he can prove that everyone is just as bad, day away from breaking. That is his living existence. Batman's conviction is so strong. It is his conviction and strong will that is his real superpower. Even though that he might not have any superpowers, but his real superpower is his convictions in the no killing rule, and also in his strong will. But that is all the more reason why he believed that someone just as evil as the Joker can be, that he could possibly be rehabilitated and saved. If that is the case, then everyone can, and that just goes to the same thing for the rest of his rogues gallery. Because by far, the Joker is the very reason that Batman is. Batman lives to save, not to kill, but to save others, so he can prevent other deaths of other kids that might lose their parents, just like he did. But that is why Batman is so good. He is the Batman. Altogether, this is a real ideology type of a film that tackles just the physicality, the mental side of Batman. And it also does the same thing with the Joker. The Joker, portrayed by Heath Ledger, and I'm sure he's resting well in heaven. And just the fact is that this is by far a full-on complete 10 out of 10 of a film. Nothing will be compared to it. And I'm just really hoping that Robert Pattinson as the new Batman could hold up to this movie. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a full-on 10 out of a 10 movie. So that was my review for The Dark Knight. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And also, please press that like button. Don't press the dislike button. That's a bad one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Keep on drinking coffee, and I'll see you guys next time.